So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Dr. Rahul Jaishankar, one of the co-founders of Pratigna. Welcome to introductory session on Rudhiram, online certificate course on Rakta Mokshana. And the relevant question, why Rudhiram? The first point we want to discuss is that the classical and contemporary techniques of elaborated by the experienced faculties in this field curbs your hesitance towards to practice Rakta Mokshana. We will be clearing out. Sessions with practical demonstration, concepts of diagnosis and treatment in Rakta Mokshana indicated diseases, around the clockwise interaction with masters at your fingertips. So these are the relevant features of these courses. And these are the previous courses we conducted. This is the first program we conducted named as Online Certificate Course on Cosmetology, Trichology, Diet Modification and Obesity Management in Ayurveda. This is the second course regarding Kerala Panchakarma. This is the third course, Agni Karma in Clinical Practice. And we are lucky to say that this Dr. Alex K. Abraham of the Faculty of Agni Karma is here also in this Rudhiram. And this is the fourth course we conducted named as Clinical Utility of Uttara Basti. This is the fifth course of the advanced level of cosmetology, aromatherapy, product making in cosmetology and trichology in Ayurveda. This is a sixth course named as Ashana, Clinical Methods and Prescriptions in Ayurveda. This is a seventh course we conducted named as Vasti Karma, Yogas, Prayogas and Clinical Applicability. This is the eighth and ongoing program named as Subhalyam, Online Certificate Course on Pediatrics in Ayurveda. This is also an ongoing program named as Ritu Samiksha, Clinical Exploration of Gynecological Disorders. And thank you for the participants. These are the positive reviews from our participants. Thank you, everyone. So, welcome to Rudhira, Online Certificate Course on Rakta Mokshana. So, these are the classes will be scheduled on these days. So, I'm welcoming the first faculty of this session, Dr. Shyam Mohan sir. And I'm so lucky to welcoming him because he's my partner and all over he's my guru. So before hand it to Dr. Shyam sir, I just give a brief introduction of Dr. Shyam sir. Dr. Shyam Mohan BMS, MSIU, MBA, MSc completed his BMS from Sri Jayendra Saraswati Ayurveda Medical College, Chennai, MS in Shalyatantra from Alvas Ayurveda Medical College, Mudabadri, MBA in Hospital Administration from Pinnacle School of Business Management, Pune, and MSc in Yoga from Periyar University, Tamil Nadu. He is currently pursuing his PhD from Sri Shankaracharya University of Sanskrit, Kaladi, Kerala. He worked as assistant professor at MBR Ayurveda Medical College for 7.5 years and as associate professor at KJ Institute of Ayurveda and Research, Vadodara, Gujarat. He is a medical officer of Vinayaka Ayurveda Nursing Home, Thrissur. He has been awarded with Dr. K. Varghese Pattaramadam Memorial Vakpada Sarani Tejasvi Puraskaram for his selfless service and contributions. So I'm so happy to welcome Dr. Shyam Mohan sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rahul, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is second time that I'm being a faculty in the program, and it is odd, quite odd. So usually I am the one who does the introduction, and today Dr. Rahul has done for me. Thank you, Dr. Rahul, once again. So my idea today is to give you an idea about what are the topics that I'll be taking for you during this course, and of course, I'll be taking care of all the other introductions also. Let me tell you what are the portions that I'll be taking. Of course, we'll be sending you the brochures and everything, and Dr. Rahul will be posting a message in the chat, where it'll be a link that can be used to join a WhatsApp group, and through there, you'll get all the details about this course if you are interested. And let me just go on to tell you what are the topics that I'll be covering. Basically, for this course, I'll be taking care of the classical part, and of course, I'll be showing you the videos and everything. I'll come to it one by one. So I'll be taking 4 classes in total, and the first class will be background of Rakta Mokshana that we all should know as Ayurvedic people, the history, how it declined, and what are the any type of literature that we get from outside of India or outside of Ayurveda that is related to Rakta Moksha. So I'll be covering that, and of course the basics of Rakta Moksha in the first class itself. And the second class will be for Jalauka Ucharana. Of course, I'm very sure that a lot of you have done Jalauka Ucharana, but there are a lot of questions in the minds of students usually on how to preserve them, how to cultivate them, and there are a lot of doubts in people's mind. So my quest or my mission will be to put an end to all your queries, and I'll share all the knowledge that I have about this to you. And the thing is, like, Jalauka Ucharana is a beautiful, beautiful procedure. Even the Lord Dhanvantari came out of the Samudra with Jalauka, right? And he wasn't carrying a Vastiyandra, as I point out to my colleagues of Kajagilsa, and just for fun. Okay, I'm just not teasing them, but still, it shows the importance of Rakta Mokshana and Jalauka Ucharana as a whole. Anyone in Ayurvedic field can do Jalauka Ucharana. It is very, very easy, but the preservation of leeches will be a bit difficult, which I'll be covering in my topics. Of course, we will be covering the other treatments such as Sringa Ucharana, and Alabu, Ghata, and all we will be covering on the same day itself. We'll be giving you the basics of that, and we will show you the videos in the last class of mine. The third day we'll be having the Shastra Vistravana Vidhis like Prachana and Siravyatha. So I'll be giving you a basic idea about that, all the classical things that you need to know as an Ayurvedic physician. We will be telling you that how much blood to be drained, and everything will be done there. And the last day is one of the most important for me, because as I consider it as important, because I'll be showing you the complications. Because you see, once you know the complications of a procedure, whatever the difficulty may be, then you will be able to confidently do the procedure. So that is my idea about how I'll be taking each day. Now, one more thing that you have to notice that is that we'll be taking these classes weekly once, because we don't want it to be a burden for everyone. So we'll be taking it weekly once, so that you will get enough time to process the thing, and come back to us with the questions if there are any. So these are the basic things that I'll be taking. Also, I would like to add that Rakta Mokshana is a very versatile thing that you can do, and there are a lot of innovations by a lot of surgeons in this field who have done a lot of things with the Rakta Mokshana, but the basics are the same. So once you know the basics, you can innovate yourself, you can modify it, you can do a lot of things using this Rakta Moksha techniques. So it is up to you. We will be giving you the platform, which I will be giving you the platform with which you can grow. And Dr. Alex will be taking care of a lot of diseases also, he will be explaining. So I'll just give it, I'll hand it over to Dr. Alex to introduce this topic. So let me give you a brief introduction of Dr. Alex. Dr. Alex is obviously, as Dr. Rahul told, is been with us since Agnikarma that we did, and beautiful, experienced doctor. I've been fortunate enough to work with him for some time, so I know how good he is. So let me introduce Dr. Alex K. Abraham, MSIU, he's a young and enthusiastic Ayurvedic ortho and sports medicine practitioner. He had completed MS Shalyatantra from RGUHS. He had conducted around 14 hands-on workshops on Agnikarma in the past 1 year. He was working as assistant professor in the Department of Shalyatantra at MVR Ayurveda Medical College, Parshinkadavu, Kannur. Currently working at General Government Ayurveda Hospital, Ayur, under National Ayush Mission. So let me call upon Dr. Alex to introduce this topic. Over to you, Alex. Hello.
Thank
Hello.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm audible now.
Yes, Alex. And if any one of you are having any doubts regarding this, you can put in the chat and we can answer them afterwards. Okay. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Alex. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm audible now.
Yes, you are.
So the topic, good evening all. The topic allotted to me by the Pratiknya team is regarding the Sringavajarna part. Shringavarna. It can also be called, we call it cupping therapy. So I'd like to wrap this introduction session with just a just an introduction to a case. Next slide. So we'll just consider a case of heel pain. Heel pain as a general heel pain, and I will just take the plantar fasciitis out of the whole set of heel pain. And when I was a student, when I used to go to my teachers, I had seen many times uh, many of the teachers, not many of the practitioners are asking the patient to uh, change the oil application on head. Next slide. So usually the plantar fasciitis symptoms includes heel pain, that morning stiffness, or when the patient gets up from a bed, he may not be able to walk properly. With when he walks for few minutes or a few hours, the pain will just settle down. But when the patient, when they comes to OP, many of the physicians used to prescribe the use like prescription starts with change of head oil application. It actually looks very weird, right? So I just next slide. I just asked many physicians, why do you change the oil? What relation does an oil application on head does have with a plantar fasciitis or a uh, plain heel pain? Does that actually make any difference with that? And many told it's because of their clinical experiences. And when I asked regarding the percentage of relief, they told 30 more than 30% people got relief uh, like that. Very not very, but it does not make very convinced. That sentence does not make me very convinced actually. When we look into that some more deep, we'll understand few things. Next slide. When I started following that only that single thing, that the fascia pain and the head oil application, I just came to few discussions on fascia. Fascia, which was not actually considered as an organ or an important structure in the earlier times, now it is considered as an organ, or now it is being dealt with more precise applications. So there is something called fascia, and the myofascial releasing techniques are helping in case of plantar fasciitis. And the head oil application was just to make the fascia released. So there are so many myofascial releasing techniques, and next slide. And one among them is the cupping therapy. Fortunately or unfortunately, the cupping therapy was as same as our Shringavarna principle, which is mostly maybe very an underrated and an unfolded principle from our old textbooks. It became famous with Michael Phelps and obviously our own Mohammed Shami making public appearances with those cupping marks. Uh, but those principles were in our textbooks maybe around 5,000 years before itself. But it mostly it ended up as an unfolded principle only. So this presentation is based on the myofascial releasing techniques. Next slide. Myofascial releasing techniques. My part is regarding the cupping therapy, and I'll be dealing the topics and diagnostic and treatment approach on next slide on heel pain for various conditions like plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, retrocalcaneal bursitis, calcific tendonitis, and in case of knee also, I'm planning to discuss a few protocols on treatment approach on knee. Next slide. And also over the wrist pain and elbow pain. There are so many conditions which are having magnificent results with the Sringavitarana techniques, especially with one posture mobilization stiffness, and also with even with Sudex dystrophy, it is giving magnificent results. Sudex dystrophy is a very tough case. It's very tough case to deal with, and we are getting results with the myofascial release techniques, especially our Sringavitarana principle. When we are using the Sringavitarana principle, we are getting promising results. Next slide. And also in shoulder pain and in various conditions of spine. Next slide. I'm looking forward to meet you all again in this series of classes. This is based on our clinical experiences regarding the Sringavitarana. You may have difference in opinions. You may have different clinical experiences. Keep this just as a platform to discuss. We'll grow together. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alex, for that wonderful introduction of the topic. I believe you all the participants over here have a basic idea about what is going to happen, and we are having Dr. Rahul will be posting a link to chats in the chat box, link to a WhatsApp group in the chat box, which you can click and join, where all the details about the brochures, all the details about the class, everything will be posting. So you will be able to make an informed decision afterwards after this introduction is over. And also, if you have come in late, do not worry, we will be posting this video link in the group so that you can go back and listen to this and have a informed consent, informed decision on that also. And yeah, so these are the what you're seeing on the screen are the curriculum or the topics that we'll be covering. As I just mentioned, I'll be having 4 classes, and these are the topics that I'll be taking, and Dr. Alex will be taking from the day 5 onwards. One thing you have to notice is that the classes are not on consecutive days. We are having a 1 week gap in between. So my classes will be on 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th. Whereas Dr. Alex will be from 2nd, 7th, 9th, 14th, and 16th. So there will be a little bit of time in between, so that it is not a burden for people who are attending other classes also. So you may come and attend if you are interested. Any questions that you are having, please do put in the chat, and we can go through it once we have completed our presentation. So this is why Rudhiram, if you ask. So I'll just give you a basic, a small story which one of the doctors have told me that, once he went to a convention, a seminar, sorry, and they were doing this practicals about Rakta Moksha itself. And one Vaidya, old Vaidya, came at that time. It was a long time ago. And there was one small girl was brought to them with who was not able to see. Suddenly one day she started losing her vision, and she was not able to see, it seems. And she was brought to the Vaidya, and he inquired, and after all the examination and everything, he took the little girl. She was a very small girl, and what he did was he selected one vein behind on her neck, and he did Siraveda on that neck. Right after he did finish the Siraveda procedure, he said that the girl started, her vision came back, it seems. So this is a very, it's a miraculous thing that Rakta Moksha is. We cannot imagine how we can give results. Even it is we tell the patients, when the patients are not convinced, we tell them it will be like an injection, because it will be working faster than injection, it seems. So that is what our experiences with the Rakta Moksha, and we have been teaching Rakta Moksha to a lot of students, and this is what our aim is. So this is also one thing that we'll be having along with this, is that we'll be having a WhatsApp group for these participants, and and me and Dr. Alex also will be there in that group, so that if you when you start practicing Rakta Moksha, you will have some doubts, and we will be there to clear the doubts for as long as possible. We will try to keep this WhatsApp group for as long as possible, so that even after the class is over, you start practicing this. When the patient comes and you start practicing this, and if you have any doubts, we'll be able to clear them in the future, so that we'll be trying to have it will be like hand holding you to do the procedure, making sure that you start practicing this procedure. So that is what our ultimate aim will be. So this is what we'll be covering in Rudhiram. So let me just see if there are any questions in the chat. Yeah. Next slide. We'll go to the next slide, I think. Yeah. So this is our website, www.pradiknya.com, and you can reach us at pradiknya@gmail.com also. And the numbers, these are the two numbers. You can take a screenshot of this on your screen, and you can contact these numbers if you are having any doubts, or if you want to join the WhatsApp group. The link is posted by Dr. Rahul in the chat itself. So since there are no more questions, we will if you want, you can contact us, and we will clear your doubts. So just before we go, let me just give you a small quote. You cannot create experience, you must undergo it. So that is one thing that we want to share with you, our experience. So the next, please. So these are the partners of Pradiknya: Dr. Anjana Unnikrishnan, Dr. Rahul Jaishankar, and myself. Next, please. So as we always say, keep learning and keep growing, and let us bring back cupping to Ayurveda, and start practicing Shinga. So with that, I would you, yeah, please excuse 1 second. There was one question. Can you please go back, Dr. Rahul, to the brochure, please? Yeah, one more back, I think. Little bit back. I think it is 1,000. Yeah, this one. Yeah, the course fee for a practitioner is 1,499, and for students of UG, it is 999. So this is for 9 days of class, and 18 hours will be there. And all the details, yes, all the details that you see on the screen will be posted in the group, and you can decide later on. So we'll be starting from 4th onwards, I believe. So that's it. So let us end here, and we will be posting this video later on, so that you can please share it with your friends who are interested in this one, Rakta Mokshana, who want to study Rakta Mokshana, because we are as strong as our medicine, as our procedures. This is one of the most strong procedures that we have. So with that, let me bid you farewell. Thank you, Dr. Alex. Thank you, Dr. Rahul. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.